Hello, my name is Fallen and this is Automation. Today we will be running perfectly good time attack build. That is right, that is the build here, the Evo lookalike that I made, well, almost 2 years ago that will be. So yeah, today we'll be making this one here, a road safe version of it basically. I won't be removing the body kit completely, I want to remove some things but not everything, and also move the exhaust, well, modify the interior, and we have to design new engine, cause this one in current version of Automation doesn't really want to work. But before that, I want to advertise my Discord channel. It is, well, the link to join is right below this video, so consider joining. There are some things planned in the future, like community challenges, for example. Also, you can find a link to all of my builds that I currently uploaded to BeamNG repos, so yeah, there's stuff for you too in there. And now let's move on to building new engine. For some reason we had, well, glimpse of what the previous engine was, so we will be keeping the inline 4, and the original engine was 1995cc, like you can see, so that's how we will be going with this one too. There we go, but this time we are not going with all the way up with the quality, we are keeping it nice and low. Still dual overhead cam, 4 volts per cylinder this time. Let's go with aluminum head though. Considering the engine will be turboed, so we've got to pick some, well, parts that will last us longer. Like so, and now we've got to pick our turbo. We are going boost control and twin scroll. Fuel injection is not going to be that high-end too, we are going direct injection single, and intake manifold will be... I guess I will tune it afterwards, but for now let's go for performance high. Considering I said we are going road safe, I guess we have to go with catalytic converter and some kind of mufflers. So maybe first one will be straight through just for the noise, and the second one will be baffled. I don't have any particular power limit planned here, so we will be trying to make another reasonable build here. Fiddling with cam profile here, and the fact that it doesn't change much suggests that we are really exhaust limited here, so let's change it a little bit, and as you can see we are where we should be really. So I guess now I can move the springs and lifters down a little bit, and we should be good to go with the engine. I guess I wouldn't be a good Evo engineer, cause, well, there is barely any turbo lag here. Here, I've done it. I've made it turbo lag immensely. Also, now it sounds like a tractor. Okay, let's stop right there with the engine before we ruin it even more. Right now we are making 420 horsepower and 442 Newton meters of torque, so I guess that's enough for a road-safe sports car. Now off to the main dish we go, and first of all I should repaint this car completely. Well, there could be only one choice when it came to the color pick, the bright red. So for the most part the car is good to go, but we've got to remove some pieces here and there, remake them, rechange them, and well, basically bring this car to the order that it would pass technical exam. For that we've got to remove pieces like this, and this splitter will have to go too likely. Also, yes, I've changed the color a little bit, and in my opinion this one looks much better. Look what's hidden there, the pieces that I used to make this car stick to the ground. Well, we won't need them anymore. The grille has to come back too, and well, I should add some pieces to define the front a little bit more. Simple and effective at the same time, that's how we like it. Placing the wipers before I forget, and we can move on to to the sides of the car. There's a little bit of work to be done too. And we've got to place the mirrors too. I better do that now. Okay, that's decent enough. Now let's move the door handle to the back too. And we've got to work on the side skirts. I will definitely remove this piece here, but I don't think removing that one is a good idea. I would need to remove this whole piece here, so let's keep that on. Yeah, from afar it doesn't even look that bad. From afar. When you come up close, well, yeah, there's some issues. Fuel caps just needed repainting, and now we've got to move to the rear. Also, why did the wheels change to steel? That's strange. That's very, very, very strange. I want them to be black. Like so. And now we've got only the rear to be done with. All of the splitters have to go, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on what you think about them. So, well, the rear will be kinda slanted like this. I don't think there's a way to, well, lower it like I did with the front. This one has to go too. I just been fixing the under tray. I think I will keep it like it is right now. I will just need to adjust it a little tiny bit. I don't know if it's off center or something, but it doesn't want to fit very nicely. Well, if you wonder why I've built such a contraption under the car, it looks kinda strange without it. Like you can see, it is quite high. Even with smaller tires, it wouldn't really be, well, very nice looking with this high of a gap under it, and it is as low as it can go. So yeah, I think even though it looks, well, kinda squarish with these pieces, I think I want to keep them just as a memento from the previous build. And in the back I've got another piece of cheating here. A lot of spoilers. We still need some kind of a wing on the back here, cause well, this car looks kinda strange without it. Sadly, I don't have anything that would be Evo-like. There's this wing that looks like, well, taken from Subaru basically. But it seems to be breaking no matter how I place it, so that's a shame. It looks like every single wing on there breaks for some reason, so we've got to keep the one I was working with to begin with on the previous build. Alright, now we've got to move the exhaust from the side. Okay, the exhaust is placed, but the issue here is the pipe doesn't want to work with us, and it sticks out from under the car. I can't move this plate here lower, cause, well, I would need to move everything down basically. So now I guess I should remove all the contraptions inside, the racing ones. We don't need these pipes. Let's move this a little bit lower. And the extinguisher can go, the shifter, the racing wheel, and that's all we are left with here. I guess it would be a good idea to keep some kind of our racing seats in there, just not the ones we had before. And bench should be kinda classic. Yeah, I don't really want to fully fit this one. I think we've spent on it, well, enough time already, really. So, last thing placed here will be the steering wheel. Okay. So, the car is kinda done. I am not changing the rims, just going to adjust the size of them in a second. Still got to tune it, and okay, let's change the window transparency already. And I guess we will be good to go into BeamNG Drive, but that will be in a while. So for the drivetrain, we are going kinda simple. All-wheel drive, of course, manual, 6 gear. The gearing setup I already changed. It should be fine with this power. Power split is 50-50, helical LSD. The new thing here that wasn't when I first built this car is tire type. We haven't had the race tires before, so right now we've got to go with radial sports anyway. Though I think they can be a little bit smaller this time. And the rims will be 18s. The brakes will be vented discs, 6 piston on the front and similar on the rear, just 2 pistons, and they will be significantly smaller. In under tray we've got to keep the sports under tray. It was race diffuser, we don't have any diffuser right now, so yeah. I've better reset the wing angle and come back to it later. Here we've got seats and bench in the rear, so that is that, and let's make the interior sport with modern infotainment standard. Before it was basically a time attack build. Right now I've got to reset the settings of the suspension. Sport preset should be fine. I think we will go a little bit lower though, still. Just enough so we don't bottom out. For some reason game thinks we are making off-road budget car, okay. Let them think that. Our real target would be here track budget, but I am not going to use it in a campaign anyway. Okay, the tuning of the suspension is done, I think. Let's see, what do we work here with? Oh, that's what I was looking for. And we are at what? 9.5 liters, 100 kilometers, that is nice. Don't know why the emissions haven't updated, but the car is quite cheap, $40,000. Not much at all. The material cost is only 19, so yeah, that is that. Still, we've got some insane acceleration, 3.6 seconds, and it looks like we've got enough grip to work with it. So I guess my initial gearing setup was spot on, and we will be rolling with that. The weight distribution is 56% on the front, so well, I don't think we can do much about that. And I think the car is done. We can move on to BeamNG Drive now and try it out on some track on somewhere else. Okay, there we are in BeamNG Drive. Glad to see I haven't destroyed the build spirit completely. It looks fairly decent, I must say. And I brought the old build well, for a reason. I want to show you what it was. So basically, it is very loud and very fast. This build was insane. On a track it handles much better than on the road, but that's to be expected. Here it doesn't want to stick, well, I mean, here it sticks to the ground like mad, but it doesn't want to turn at all. I've tested this car on Laguna Seca, I believe, and it was going insanely fast in there. And now we can come back to the road safe version. Glad to hear it doesn't sound like a tractor like in Automation. The blow-off. Blow-offs mounted correctly are, well, quite nice sounding IRL. I've got one on my Seat Leon, that is 1.8 turbo. But that car doesn't have nearly enough boost to make use of that blow-off, so yeah. Previous owner mounted it, I haven't fiddled with it at all. I've got no idea if I have any possibility to set it much better, to make it sound better on lower boost pressures. Well, I guess it is how it is, cause blow-offs aren't really intended on road cars anyway. There was the old car. Yeah, so this one is quite fast. It handles better on the road than the previous one, but still suffers from severe understeer on higher speeds. That is to be expected. I mean, taking corners with 100 something or 200 kilometers per hour isn't a good idea anyway, so I guess I succeeded at making this car road safe at the very least. Still, it is quite fun to drive, as you can see. I still consider the original, the time attack build, one of my best builds when it comes to the track. This one could be easily the best one I've made for road. Yes, I think we should end this video here. Again, I would like to ask you to consider joining my Discord, subscribing and leaving a like if you of course enjoyed this video. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Traffic violation? What is that?